All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show with your host, me, Juan D. Klauser. This is episode 334, I believe. Yeah, it's 334. Sorry, I apologize. Yeah, it's episode 334 of the Screen Wonderful podcast that I do by myself in a room by myself, probably just for myself. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Swell salutations. So sorry about that beginning thing. Isn't this great? It's already this whole thing's off the rails already. Um, yeah. So you know what's so funny, guys? It's blowing my mind. I like it that people are wanting to watch it, and because it's a good story, and it makes you more well rounded. As much as I do a lot of dumb shit, sometimes I really do try to like show some sort of culture. It's so funny, like at my job, people play music all the time, and I don't like it most of the time, but I'm just like I have to deal with it, right? Because you're in a group setting, right? And so every once in a while, it's like, hey, John, you should play one of your songs. I'm like, yeah, you don't want me to play any of my music. You don't want me to do anything that I would think, because I'm not gonna. Nothing I listen to is serious. I troll. I listen to like the trolling music. It's just stupid. A lot of dumb shit. I had probably the song that's gonna be closing now at the end of the podcast is gonna be one of the songs I like. It's just because it's so stupid. Anyway, so I don't like. I'm just like you don't want me to do that. You don't want me to do that. But the thing is, I'm just also sometimes every once in a while I'll play something weird. I'm like, hey guys, this, yeah, you might not like this, but the thing is, I'm at least showing you something that's completely different than what you listen to. So at least I'm trying to show you something different. But the thing is, it was so funny to me. Like people are like, oh my god, John. Have you seen? Are you? How interested are you watching? How interested are you in reading, or not reading, but going and seeing the Odyssey? I'm like, I'll see it. I already know the story. Like, hey, what do you mean you already know the story? Do you what? I'm like, the thing was written like 960 what BC, like something like that. Let's see here. It was written in. Is Odyssey a true story? No, it's not a true story. Um, yeah, it was between 750 and 650 BC. Like, guys, come on. Like, how did you not read this? Like, did you guys not read this in high school? Did you guys not have to read this in college? Like, at any time in your life, did you never have to read this? This was like one of those things. You had to read the Odyssey, and then you read like, um, the descent into the cave. That guy goes into the cave. Argos's um let's see here, what is it? Story about a guy who has to go into a cave and discovers that things aren't not what they really are. Man the cave? No. What's s- story about a guy going into the cave? Old story. I don't know. Old cave? No. What the hell? Sand Cave, 1925. John Edwards Jones, a Netty Putty Cave. What the fuck? But anyway, we'll get there eventually. Um, so it's very interesting. Like, guys, how do you not know the story of the Odyssey? Like, it's a very, it's not, it's one of the most oldest stories in. Let me tell you guys some stuff. It's one of the oldest stories in Western history, I believe. But it's not one of the most original. It's not one of the seven original stories. Even though it's mostly about it's like what it takes on the story structure of the voyage. The voyage, it's basically a character has to go from it's like their peaceful place or the relaxed state to going on a challenge. Basically, it's like the same thing as like the Call of Duty. Like you get called to do something. The best example I always give for this, Odyssey, but more the Odyssey is like about, because it's about the guy who fought in Troy, and then he was trying to get home, and then like he gets kidnapped by a goddess who's basically hey, you can stay here and have the best life and bang me all the time, but he's like, nah dude, I want to get back to my fucking wife. And then it cuts to his wife and how like they're living on all this land, and basically all the governors and all like the people who run the state while he's been gone are all like eating his food and living in his house and stuff. And what's so funny is like, because like they kind of like give it the illusion that like his wife is banging him, but she's not. It's kind of like this weird kind of feeling. And like the son is like, why are you allowing this to happen? Why are you allowing this to happen? And then the guy who is the main character in the Odyssey, he is Odysseus. He had to then, he left the goddess, and then this is all based off memory, y'all. He then had to go fight like 3 different things, and that's where you get like the rules of 3. That's where a lot of people get the rule of 3 on things in movies. If you ever noticed, this is one of the prime examples of this, because like each state gets harder and there's more at stake. No pun, like good job using the same word twice. Yeah, it's a great story, and like, but what was so funny is like I remember reading it in high school, and I'm like, this story is, because back then, like I regret it, because there's a lot of those stories I had to read. I had to read like Mice and Men, Old Man and the Sea, so much fucking Hemingway, then the Odyssey, the Homer's Descent in the Cave. Maybe that's what it's called. Homer's Descent into the Cave. Homer's Cave story. The Odyssey. Or maybe it is Odysseus who just... Am I just mixing it up? Yeah, because Odysseus goes in the cave, right? Is there a cave scene in the... what is it? In the Odyssey. Yes, there is the famous cave scene, the trap, the Odyssey, the men enter the cave. Oh, yeah, but that's with a giant. It's not the same thing. I just cannot remember where that fucking thing, the story. Because that story is about a guy who goes into a cave, and then he can only see the shadows, and come to find out like what you see in the shadows isn't what really is actually happening in real life. And it's kind of the metaphor is like you can't judge things until you like figure them out on both ends, because like someone might be doing something in a shadow and it looks like something fucked up, but really in actuality they're not doing anything at all. I just can't remember the fucking story. Story of guy going into cave. Old story. The Nutty Putty Cave disaster. I don't want that. That's not what I'm talking about. Greek story. Plato. Okay, yes, the famous Greek story about about a man or men cave. The allegory of the cave. That's what it was. Yes. Oh my God. Now talk about him. Now, see, both times I've had to read these stories, it was from teachers that are dudes. I don't know why. I've always thought both of them were real quite douchebags, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a douchebag, so I think it's kind of like I was seeing myself in them. Anyway, yeah, Pilot's allegory to the cave. Yeah, so yeah, he goes down to the cave. I knew we were gonna figure this the fuck out. People are like, what the fuck are these stories he's fucking talking about? How does he do this? I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? This like he goes onto a cave and he's like, there's dudes down in the cave. Yeah, because there's slaves down in the cave, but you can't see what they're doing. Because yeah, what is it? The famous Greek story about a man or men and a cave is either Plato's. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. The allegory of the cave is an allegory presented by the Greek philosopher Plato in his work Republic. This was such a fucking weird read. It was such a boring read. I remember after reading this one I had to read my freshman year of college. Yeah. Yeah, in the Republic, it was in 1514A to 1520A, book 567, volume 7, to compare the effects of education and the lack of it on our nature. It was written as a dialogue between Plato's brother Glaucon and his mentor Socrates, and is narrated by the latter. Okay, the allegory is presented by in the allegory, Plato describes people who have spent their entire lives chained. Okay, see, chained by their necks and ankles in front of the entire wall. Yeah, there's a wall, and there's a fire, and you can only see the shadows from the fire. Lives in chains, ankles in front of an entire wall with a view of the empty outer wall of the cave. They observe the shadows projected onto the outer wall by objects carried between the inner wall by people who are invisible to the chained prisoners and who walk along the inner wall with the fire between them. Creating the shadows on the outer wall in front of the prisoners, the sign bearers pronounce the names of the objects, the sound of which are reflected near the shadows and are understood by the prisoners as if they are coming from the shadows themselves. See? So it's like you don't know what you're really seeing, you're just perceiving something. So that's the story of the thing. Like what they said, it's about education and what is lacking in it and what's in it. So, see, guys, you learn some shit here. I show you guys stuff. I know I show you those stupid ass videos. I know I do, but I also show you some stuff like the Odyssey. Most of you guys, it's a real story. Is it a real story? No, it's not a real story, but it's a story that was written a long fucking time ago, which you should have read a long fucking time ago. Ted, you're 45 now. But god damn it, there's a lot of things my parents have done in my life, and I'm like, God, I can't believe. I'm like, why do you make me do this? Why is this? And now look at me, and I'm like, oh, that's why, to make me a smarter fucking human. Like my parents gave me so many fucking tools. I should have gotten 1 straight A's, and I should have gone to fucking just Harvard all through. It's just the amount of tools and the abilities my parents gave was insane. Now I'm learning it now. It's all there. It's just now I have to like blow it up, blow it off, and be like, okay, yeah, what is it? It's like it's the something of the cave. It's a man going out. Was it Homer going out in the cave? Was it Pluto? Was it who was it? It was somebody. But yeah, that guy was that professor my freshman year. He was such a douche. He was like this. He was like, I'm 75 and I bet I can outrun all of you. And like, it was a room full of athletes. And it's like, what are you talking about, you dumb fuck? Like, shut up and just read it. Like, have us read these stupid books. It's not a stupid book. It was actually a really interesting story. and looking back on it, it's like I'm really glad I know it, because it's just better to know these kind of things, because it just makes you more well-rounded. It makes you more well-rounded to be able to know the Odyssey and know that story. And it's a really fucking cool story too. It's like a story. Like, it's like any story you'd read now or any story you'd watch now. Like, there's no difference between Odyssey and The Lion King. It's the same fucking thing, basically, minus like one, Greek characters, Greek gods, and two, there's lions instead of fucking, people who were fought in Troy, Spartans, and Greek. Spartans and Greece. I feel stupid. Anyway, but yeah. Well, with all this said, guys, you want to see the video of the week? I don't even know if I showed you guys this video of the week, because I didn't show any videos basically at all last week. And I know I did a video of the week, but I couldn't really. I'm like, what? I was like, did I? Maybe I didn't. And I was like, I'm like, whatever. And so I just uploaded it. So I basically just copied and pasted all the videos that I was going to show last week, put them in for this week. So here we are. Here's video of the week.
People ask me, am I watching the World Cup? I say, no, I'm not. I'm not going to watch it until they seize on the opportunity to make it a truly compelling event. Take it away from the boundaries and borders of our nation states and give it to the religions. Yes, I'm talking about the after World Cup. Right now, there's probably about 20 our God's better than your God wars being fought all over the planet. Let's take that and distill it down to the sporting essence. Besides all the major religions, you'd be able to have teams like the Wiccans or the Scientologists play, or Falun Gong would be an interesting addition. That's a Chinese sect where the people believe they levitate. You'd have to rewrite the rules for that, but it'd be fun to watch a guy breaking in all alone above everybody else. I'm going to root for a team that will bring peace throughout the world. And ganja. Go Team Rastafarian. The rest of the world's religions don't have a prayer.
Welcome to The John Show with your hosts, John Doogie Clouser.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's coming back to me. I think I did show this video last week, but two, it fit perfectly for this week, like for this sermon, for this week's sermon. But yeah, guys, this is the thing. Yeah, hope you guys watched the World Cup. That was fun, wasn't it? Spain beating Argentina. Fuck Argentina, right? Fuck them hard. But yeah, these are the videos. It's been off and on raining all day. I don't know where I'm at right now. Got like 10 minutes left on this podcast. So, yeah, you guys want to start watching some of the videos of the week? All right, let's watch this. Some of the videos from this past week. Yeah, I don't get cheese. I just think it was fun. I just thought it was funny, so that's why I showed it. I wanted to show it. So I don't like. Oh, okay. Is that what y'all do? Is that what we're doing here? All right. So here is the next video, and it actually has to do with cheese as well. Here we go. A little of me thinks it's like maybe the same dude, you know? Alright, here's the next video.
Hey team, just a quick check-in. How was the first day of the second half of the year? Take 2 to 3 minutes and reflect on what went well today, what didn't go well. Did you play a part in any of it that you might need to go back and, kind of do a redo tomorrow? You've got this. Keep going. The second half of this year is going to be the most amazing. Keep going, champion. Be well.
What's so funny about this is the fact that a lot of people are like, is this a woman? Is this a dude? Is this a dude that's going through a transition to become a woman? It's hilarious. I'm positive it's a woman. It's just it's one that's played a lot of tennis. And, yeah, it was so interesting. She was so hard on my feet last week. And then, like, this week, because I filmed this on Thursday, and this week, nothing. Nada. Not at all. I haven't gotten anything from her. I sent this to my people I work with in my group chat, and like it got nothing. And people are like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck?" Anyway, here's the next video. This lady was the same way. She was really hard on She was really hard on my my algorithm last week, but she really wasn't as much this week.
Right, I shouldn't have stolen from a two-dimensional creature. I'm going to put these gems back in the safe. But I would like to leave some evidence of my presence. The 2D creature is outside at the moment and is wearing a cap. If I were to pick it up and rotate it in the third dimension and then place it back, that might be enough of a clue that I've visited. No one in the second dimension could have done this because it required a movement in the third dimension, and no one in 2D will ever be able to rotate it back to normal. So the backwards cap might just be more valuable than any of the gems because it is evidence of a higher dimension.
That's why I wear my hat backwards. That's why. Alright, so since I had to see this video, you're going to have to see this video. That's simply how it's going to have to work. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so I don't get this. This was something that was, I get the weirdest advertisements. I don't get normal advertisements like, hey, shop at, Whole Foods. Hey, bank at Bank of America. Hey, do you have tax problems? No, I get that. Those are the ads I get on mine, because it's like, we don't know if you're American, we don't know if you're foreign, we don't know what you're doing, because you're all over the goddamn place. At one minute you're looking at cheese, the next minute you're looking at a woman, or maybe a man, maybe it's a man transforming into a woman. So good golly, Miss Molly. So that's how we are. Now, I really enjoyed this video, and this video is probably, I think, probably better than the video of the week, but the only reason I picked the video I picked over this one was because this one was so short, and I needed to burn up a little bit of time. If I was going to burn some time, it's going to be in that part. So it was because after a long period of me talking, it could be something else talking, and it'll kind of clean the palate for y'all. So I think of y'all first, not me. Anyway, so here we go. I love this fucking video. Here we go.
Granny, what are you doing?
I'm having a cookie.
Granny, those cookies aren't for you.
What do you mean? They're for everybody. You bought them only for you?
Granny, they're dog treats.
No! No!
Now I'm pretty sure this is staged, but I just no. Just like that's the part I like the most out of the whole thing. Anyway. All right, here's that girl.
Are going to hate this one, but we could turn our 2D friend into their mirror image by rotating their entire body around a line. For a brief period halfway through, most of their body was missing from their 2D world, except for the vertical line around which they were being rotated. A 4-dimensional creature could turn us into our mirror image by rotating us in the 4th dimension around a plane that cuts through our body. For a brief period halfway through our rotation, most of our body would be missing from the 3rd dimension, except for the vertical slice around which we were being rotated. And that would be quite a frightening sight for anyone here to witness.
Exactly, I know, right? Dude, what's so funny about her? Like, again, nothing at all. I haven't seen her at all this week, but she came in hard, and she was talking about, like, you know, like these, you know, theories, but it's like no explanation. Just these 2 videos is what I got from her, and then she's gone. AIDS. Anyway, so yeah, that was that video. So here's the next video.
The only person you should help in this country is someone you're having an affair with, because they have leverage on you and they may tell your wife. If they tell your wife, your whole fucking life ends. Help them. Get them a job. Get them an apartment. But random acts of kindness in America are anti-American.
Exactly. Just don't do it. Just don't do it at all. Just not at all. I got one more video. See, what I found really funny was, like, I thought it, like, when I originally saw this video, I thought it was just interesting, because I was like, oh, I didn't know you had to do this to make holy water. And I looked in the comments, and everyone was like, oh, this is kind of like witchcraft. Oh man, this looks like witchcraft. Oh man, hocus pocus. Damn, that looks like a witch. It's like, whoa, bro. Kind of funny. I just thought it was kind of interesting. Anyway, guys, that's the podcast. I gotta go, because I'm gonna run out of time. But I guess I can just talk until it burns out, because I'm at 29 minutes and I believe like 45 seconds. So I got like less than 13 seconds left. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. I am gonna buy Red Dead Redemption and play that. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Good night.